Hello, and welcome to Thoughts from a Black Dad, the show where I answer your questions and share my views on current events. My name's Tiberius. I'm a father of 5, a husband, and an artist. If you're a white person who wants to know what a black guy thinks, or a brown or black person who wants an ally in your debates, then I'm here to help. In other words, this is for anyone who could use another black friend. Let's start a conversation. Today's question comes from Patrick. He asks, what is cultural appropriation? So, first off, there seems to be 2 main camps in disagreement over the definition of cultural appropriation. Here's how I understand it. Cultural appropriation is the usage of the creative aspects from one culture by a member or members of a different culture. The other camp's definition is similar, except there's a separation between appropriation and appreciation. The claim is that appropriation is offensive and appreciation is positive. I could end my answer there, but I think another good question to continue with is, why are people getting so upset over it? However you look at this, there's nothing inherently wrong with using bits of other cultures. And if everything's a remix, then appropriation seems almost impossible to avoid. What, then, are people so mad about? Well, there are a few reasons. Let's look at some examples. One type of offensive appropriation is using sacred items. For instance, religious items being worn as a fashion accessory to a bar or a club. The rationale here seems pretty simple. Culture has made it clear that they care deeply about how a particular item is used. If you then use it in a vastly different manner, then someone might get upset. Another type of negative appropriation occurs when there are different consequences for people of different cultures doing or wearing the same thing. For instance, when people think of braids on a black woman as dirty or inappropriate for the workplace, but support the white woman who's wearing them after returning from a vacation. If a white person can do something, but members of another culture are treated poorly for doing the same thing, then discriminatory appropriation is likely involved. The list could go on, but there are people who have already done a much better job than I could pointing out all the ways that this occurs. I'll leave links in the description or show notes to some great resources. I don't think that you need to memorize a list in order to avoid being insensitive, though. I think there's an easier way. If you want to do or wear something and avoid offensive cultural appropriation, then here are my 3 steps. 1. Ask people from that culture how they feel about it. 2. Learn about the original context of whatever it is you want to use. And 3. Respect others' expressions of their cultures. That's it. Using something without following these steps first can be risky. People can end up mad at you without you even understanding why. With this being said, you can also do everything right and still offend someone. So just be kind and do your best. If you enjoyed Thoughts from a Black Dad and want to hear more, then be sure to subscribe. Remember to like the page on Facebook too. Also, there's a Patreon coming soon, so keep an ear out for that. Thanks for listening. Stay safe.